Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the petrology. The petrology word will face in the graduation levels in the second year, the kept in a syllabus. Petrology means the discussion of the rocks, studying about the rocks. Because of there is so many kinds of rocks are existed on the earth and interior part of the earth. And about studying of these all rock types is known as a petrology. And this is petrography. The first somebody is used that name. That is the petrology means simply the study of rock. Then what is the rock? First of all, in first year we will deals with the minerals, and in second year we will deals with the rocks most probably. Mineralogy to petrology. There is a interrelation for the minerals and rocks because of mineral is a homogeneous, rock is a heterogeneous. Rock is the aggregation of the minerals. Means if you take a rock, you can suppose you take the granite. Granite you will take that essential minerals are quartz, K feldspar, and accessory minerals are just like apatite, biotite, hornblende, right? Like this. Means there is a so many types of minerals together come together and aggregates, then the rock will be formed. On basis of these minerals only, we will give the name to a rock, right? The ratio also very important. The mineral ratio will be less, it's be one becomes less and one becomes so high, then the name of the rock will be also changed. Like that, on the basis of the minerals, the rock name is decided. First of all, in the first year itself, they introduced the about the little much matter about the rocks. How many kinds of rocks are there existed primarily in the earth. And for that, we can say that three types of rocks are major rock types are existed in the earth. Those are the first one is the igneous rocks. Those are known as the primary rocks. Why we will discuss now. The second one is the sedimentary rocks or secondary rocks, right? The third one is the metamorphic or hybrid rocks. These three types of rocks most probably in the earth. In the crust level and upper levels of the earth, surfacial levels, mostly sedimentary rocks are up, right? In the deeper parts of the earth crust, in the it's a border or whatever it may be, you can say that attachment area of the mantle at the lithosphere up to the crust levels, that is in the interior parts, the igneous rocks will be formed. Formation I am saying. Maybe igneous rocks are available on the earth surface also like hills, but it will come upside because of the all eroded and upliftment is done. Actually they formed interior of the earth, right? Like that, which are formed in the interior of the earth, those are igneous rocks, right? One by one, let us discuss what are the igneous rocks and what are the sedimentary rocks and what are the metamorphic rocks. Okay, first we go for the igneous rocks. I told you just now, igneous rocks are also known as the primary rocks. Why? Why the primary rocks? Primary ones. Prime means in the interior of the earth you studied in the first year, crust. After that mantle, crust is up to the 35, 36, 40 kilometers is there. That is the thickness of the crust. After the 2900 kilometers mantle, right? Next that of the core 6000 like that, right? In this only our science and our geology or any science is our knowledge is seldom only up to the just of the interior, the ending of the crust or the starting of the mantle. More than that, all are the hypotheses. There is no perfect study is there. The crust study, most probably up to the 40 kilometers means it's not a easy thing, right? Right. Then the igneous rocks, which are known as the igneous rocks, first of all. When we are going into the earth, by generally what happens, by the 30 meters when you go interior of the earth, 1 degree Celsius will be improved. It is a primary CBS student, 6th, 7th class student, he can tell this answer. But not like that. In some of that interior places, some kilometers if you are going that, suddenly the temperature will be in the rare and very high. Why that much temperature is generated? The temperature generated up to the rocks previously which are there, they will be melted. They will be total melted down and become as a liquid. That liquid is known as the magma. That liquid is become known as the magma, right? Means interior of the crust. After the crust, there is a mantle between them. There is a asthenosphere. It is known as the asthenosphere. In asthenosphere, the total asthenosphere is containing the magma. Means here the temperature sometimes increases, the rocks will becomes into the molten material and they will be consolidated again, they will become as the rock. Again the temperatures are high, it will be melted. This molten material is consolidated, it will becomes into the rocks. Those rocks are known as the igneous rocks. Igneous means fire actually. Means they are generated from the high temperatures, so that they are the pyroclastic rocks. They are the pyro rocks. So that they are the primary rocks which are generated from the magma, by the consolidation of the magma. In the interior of the earth, suppose they are consolidated, because of in the interior of the earth, it is not easy to lose their pressure or temperature, because of there is no way. Always the pressure towards the earth surface. Always earth surface towards from the core to everything try to escape to the surface. Then what happens? Sometimes this magma in the lithosphere, in the interior part of the earth, it will escapes, comes upside from the bedding plains, lava chavals, and they will be comes upside the surface and they blow out. It is known as the lava. The lava will be consolidated slowly. When it is the same material, if it is consolidated interior of the earth, it is known as the magma, the liquid. The same liquid come upon to the surface of the earth, it is known as the lava. If the magma in the interior of the earth, it is consolidated and given the rocks, those are known as the plutonic rocks, in the igneous rocks, which are on the surface from the volcano they are formed, those are the volcanic rocks. Both are igneous rocks. Means the igneous rocks are two types. One of the extrusive rocks, one are the intrusive rocks. Right? Those are the magma is from the magma which they are generated, those are all known as the igneous rocks, that is the either volcanic rocks or plutonic rocks. Right? But what is the difference between that plutonic rocks and volcanic rocks, which are formed in the interior parts? There is no chance, I already told you. They can't easily lose their temperature suddenly. Slowly they will cool. When they are slowly cooled, always that slowly they will lose their temperature. What happens? The good crystals and big crystals will be formed. But in the surfacial condition, what happens? When it's reached, the magma escaped and come out of the surface immediately, the oxygen is available. When oxygen is available, the magma immediately converts into the lava and it will be burned out. Then what happens? Immediately it's lost its temperature, pressure, so that there is no chance to form a good crystal. Only They will give maybe sometimes fine grained or crypto crystal, or sometimes embryo crystals, that much small crystals, or sometimes fastly rapid cooling will give the glass. Suppose obsidian, pitch stone, there we can't find that even. It will be play in the surfaces because of it's come out from a lava, superficial volcanic rock. From the volcano it's come out, immediately it's consolidated. How there is a no chance? But in the plutonic granite, you take that granodiorite, diorite, and other rocks, whatever it may be, cyanite, nepheline cyanite, and phonolite. It's a gabbro, right? Like this, all are the plutonic rocks which are containing the big crystals, because of it's indicating that the crystal size is indicating that the size is bigger, that is indicating that it is formed under the plutonic, means interior part of the earth by the slowly cooling of magma, right, which is finer grains or grainless, totally glass, means they are formed on the surface by the lava. And lava rocks, extrusive rocks have the also the visculars also, means the small holes, because of the volatiles, means gases will be escaped, and bubbles will be blasted, and the visculars will be formed, right? That like this, these are the igneous rocks. Most probably they have to form in the interior of the earth. Those are the plutonic rocks. Then we go for the secondary rocks. Those are the sedimentary rocks. Those are the sedimentary rocks. What is the sedimentary rocks? Primary rocks we discussed. That is simply in the interior of the part, earth, the high temperatures causes for the melting of the rocks in the asthenosphere. The magma liquid will be created. It is known as the magma, and it's crystallized slowly and gives the rocks. That is the igneous rocks. And one of the variety of the igneous rocks is coming outside of the surface, and it will be consolidated rapidly, so that the fine grained. This is the igneous rocks one side. In other hand, we have to discuss another two is there. One is the sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. What is the sedimentary rocks? What is the difference between the igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks? The sedimentary rocks most probably covered total on the earth superficial levels. Whatever it may be, we are living on this. Totally, this sand, this clay, this silt, fine material, all is there. Suppose what is the definition for the sedimentary, and what is the specialty of the sedimentary rocks? What is the characteristics of the sedimentary rock? Sedimentary rocks means it is if the pre-existing rocks, you understand, pre-existing rocks, those may be the plutonic rocks, whatever it may be, inside of the earth, they came outside in some conditions, means they may be the igneous rocks or metamorphic rocks, whatever it may be, they are supposed exploded on the surface of the earth. They will undergone for the weathering, as like in first year you studied the weathering, physical weathering and chemical weathering. Every rock and every substance on the earth surface will undergone for the weathering, either it's a physical or chemical. These both factors will be affect the rock and makes into the pieces. The chemical weathering causes for the production of solution, even the physical weathering makes the rock into the pieces. After the weathering, what will be happens? Generally, there is so many factors and powers are there to move a material from one place to another place. This is known as the transportation. Means sedimentary rocks contains first weathering. The weathering material makes into the pieces. Make it into the pieces. This has to transport by the different factors. By the different factors means you take the different factors. Air is the different factor. Gravity power, main gravity, the science. The Newton first gravitation. Gravity power is the superior power. It is also one of the factor. And second one, the rivers flowing of the water is the second transporting factor, and glaciers, that is also transporting factor, means ice, related to ice, glaciers, and the beaches, so oceans, and last one is the winds also most powerful transporting material. Like that, whatever it may be, the sedimentary rocks formed in the three stages: weathering and transportation, after that deposition. First we discussed weathering. By the physical weathering or chemical weathering, they will make into the pieces or a solution. They will be transported by the river water or glacier or gravity or wind, and they will reach the sometimes lakes, deserts, but whatever it may be, in last they will be deposited in the last, total last place is for the any sedimentary material has to reach after the any years, it will be reaches the ocean only. Means here weathering, transportation and deposition. These transported materials are deposited in the oceans or lakes sometimes, whatever it may be. How? Suppose I will tell you with the example of the monsoons. This year the monsoon is came, the rainfall is taken place. Totally we are seeing today the rainfall is there, a high rainfall is there. Immediately tomorrow morning you are come outside and going on the bike, you will totally it will be skid, because of it will all contains the small boulders, okay, and sand and clay and silt, everything materials, small materials from the big size, and based of the flow, because of the which are those are the weathered, those material is transporting, right. This transportation will be gone into the some of the valley places or lakes or oceans, whatever it may be, the suitable places they will deposit this matter. Okay, it's over, rainy season is over. After that there will be intervals sometime. Again next year or next rainfall, next again there will be a material will be weathered material will be transported through that water, and it will be deposits on the layer. By like this, layer by layer, layer by layer, layer by layer, they will form like that. This nature forming into the layers is known as the strata. These layers are known as the, in sedimentary geology, strata, means stratification. These layers will be one upon another is being deposited, is known as the stratification. Stratification property is very important for the sedimentary rocks. It is the phenomena of the sedimentary rocks. What is the important characteristic of the sedimentary rocks? Immediately you have to, so many times they asked in the entrances also. Then is stratification. In stratification there is a lithification, diagenesis is there, that is the depth study, because of after they become into the layer by layer, we have to just construct a wall, brick by brick, brick by brick. After that the cementation is important to attach them, so that after they are forming into the one by another, the diagenesis process, lithification, slowly they will be consolidated, they will be pressed, and the dens will be hard and become high, and they will be attached, and they will become a rock after some of the time in the earth time scale. They becomes as the sedimentary rocks. Immediately you can see a igneous rock and sedimentary rock there. Immediately you can say that which one is the igneous and which one is the sedimentary, because of the only the stratification is be observed in the sedimentary rocks, not in the igneous rocks. Because of igneous rock is molten material, totally rock molten material, there is no chance to slowly form by layer, so that igneous rocks can't show this stratification, right. Only sedimentary rocks can show this stratification, and metamorphic rocks also this stratification shows, but it's not known as the stratification. Why? We will discuss that, right? These sedimentary rocks, these are the sedimentary rocks. Then what is the third one? Metamorphic rocks. Up to here, I think so, your very clarity is there. The primary rocks are formed due to the consolidation of the magma or lava. Okay. The secondary rocks are sedimentary rocks, which are known that then the primary rocks are pre-existing rocks, which may be there. They will be weathered. First, they undergone to the weathering, physical weathering or chemical weathering, and they has to transport it, and they have to deposit in a suitable place, and they have to consolidate, and solidification will give the sedimentary rocks. These weathering, transportation and deposition, including all these things, is explained by James Hutton. Some people all says he is the father of geology because of theory of uniformization. Is right. This process is always on the earth, this weathering and transportation and deposit. In a single word, it is known as the earth action. Means weathering, transportation and deposition. Including these three, is with a single word we can express that is the earth action. Earth action is going on, means weathering is going on, transportation is going on, deposition also going on, right? These three includes in the word that is the earth action, right? Like that sedimentary rocks are formed. Then what are the metamorphic rocks? Metamorphic rocks are what? Then igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks. What is the difference for the metamorphic? Slowly, suppose you imagine on the earth, because of it's not a board or we cannot keep any charts. By the first year, you studied in the interior of the earth, three parts: crust, core, mantle and core. Crust, mantle, core. In crust, slowly, I told you, on the surfacial rocks, the sedimentary rocks are formed. Again the next year, the material will be fall on that. The burden will be improved and it's stressed. It's gone inside of the earth. Again the material comes. It will be gone inside of the earth. Means it's moving inside to the layers slowly, the substances. It is undergone for the, again these materials are undergone for the, again already they are undergone for the temperature and pressure, suppose igneous rocks, right? They are moved into the little much depths of the earth. What happens? By the burden, they will get the pressure already, because upon that there is so much material is deposited, new material is, so that they are moved inside, so that the pressure is also there and temperature also there. Then what happens? Again they are undergone pre-existing rocks, again they undergone for the temperature and pressure conditions. They will change their form, texture, structure and mineral replacement, and they become as another rock. This is known as the metamorphism, and the result of the metamorphism is metamorphic rocks. Maybe you understand or not, again I will repeat that. What is the metamorphic rock? Whatever it may be, pre-existing rocks are undergone for the high pressure and temperature conditions in the interior, little much interior of the earth. What happens? Again they will change their texture, structure. Structure means bigger, texture means the grains. Again they will change their structure, texture as well as minerals also, mineral composition also. Then once it's changed its mineral composition, it's changed the rock name, and we will give the new rock. Those are the metamorphic rock. Right? That is the difference between these three rocks. Once pre-existing rocks again undergone for the heat and pressure conditions, they are becoming into the different rocks, is known as the metamorphic rock. Then what is the difference between the igneous rocks and metamorphic rock? Sir, same, they are also inside of the rock, inside of the earth. They undergone for the pressure and temperature conditions. You told that they becoming into the liquid, and then again they consolidated and slowly cooling. By the cooling they become as the rocks. They are the primary rocks. Again, what is this, sir? Again those rocks are undergoing going to the interior of the earth. Again they are means there is a change. In igneous rocks, the totally they will move inside. Then what happens? The material, the rocks will be molten. They changes the form totally. They are comes from the solid to liquid form, and they will form again slowly. Solidification gives the new rock, right? Here not like that. Without coming into the liquid state in metamorphic rocks, they are also in the high temperature and pressure conditions. Without coming into the liquid state, in the solid state only, they changed one rock to the another rock. That is the metamorphic rock. In the igneous rock, it will comes into the liquid state. A rock will be come into the liquid state and form as a other rock, whatever it may be. Again it will be solidified, it will be a rock. But in a metamorphic, not like that. It's not a total high temperature, that much temperature. If you gone that interior of the what, low levels, it is low in interior further, it will become as the igneous rocks. But not like that. In that high temperature and pressure conditions, it will be not molten, but it will be changes its texture and structure. Suppose you take now, there is a clear picture, you will get maybe about the igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks, right? Whatever it may be, the metamorphic rocks may be formed from the parent rocks, may be igneous rocks, either the sedimentary rocks. Both are comes undergone for the again for the high temperature and pressure conditions, they will become as the metamorphic rocks, right? This is a chain. This is known as the rock cycle. The primary rocks will be weathered and transported and deposited. Sedimentary rocks are formed. The sedimentary rocks are again moves inside of the earth little much, and again they undergone for the temperature and pressure conditions. It will be change its in their texture, structure and mineralization. It will becomes into the another rock. It is known as the metamorphic rock. These metamorphic rocks moves very inside of the interior of the earth. Again they will be totally molten, and again it will becomes the igneous rock. Means this is a rock cycle. This is known as a rock cycle. Igneous to sedimentary, sedimentary to metamorphism, right? Sometimes igneous rock directly undergone for the metamorphism. The sedimentary rocks undergone for the metamorphism, right? In sedimentary geology, igneous petrology, sedimentary petrology, metamorphic petrology, like this. There are sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, like this. In igneous rocks, when you are studying that, there is a types, so many rocks are there, right? Those rocks will be converted into the sedimentary rocks there, right? And some are the, suppose you take that slate, we are writing the slate with a chalk piece of chalk or some other thing. What is that slate? First, actually slate is a metamorphic rock, but actually the parent rock, shale, shale is a sedimentary rock with a cleavages, a neat cleavages. It is a foliation. It's a sedimentary rock. It is undergone for the temperature and pressure. It will forms as the slate, right? And slate undergone high temperature and pressure conditions, okay? It will forms the schist, and schist again it will changes as the gneiss, like this. Means you can shale to slate, there is a most probably the stress, means the pressure is the plays an important role. Plays an important role, that is the stress. Sometimes temperature will form. Suppose you take the marble, everybody knows that What is the marble? I need not to tell that. Because of so many Birla temples are there, Taj Mahal is there, wonder of the light, right? It is, what is that? Simply limestone. Limestone is metamorphosed with the high grade metamorphism. It is become as a marble, right? It is a metamorphic rock. Marble is a metamorphic rock which is built by Taj Mahal. Alright, like this, igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks and their differences. Relatively, you have to take the differences. You have to distinguish these three. Okay, right? I hope you got an idea on the totally petrology, studying about the petro, right? What is the igneous rocks, what is the sedimentary rocks, and what is the metamorphic rocks. Okay, thank you. I am ending the class. Right, thank you.